welcome to Season 3 of Financial Rescue with me, the Salmon. And yeah, let's get into it. We ended last season as the Jupiter Pro champions, and this season the board actually just set us a task of just a title challenge, so the pressure was off. But I weren't settling for that. I was, the aim of the game is to get the title and to turn the finances around. So here we are at the end of June. Let's have a little nose then, shall we? Finances. 90 million in the bank, and as you can see, I've got a hefty transfer budget. This is because purely I got raided. Jeremy and Yari both gone. Both had release clauses, and they were met, and the guys just didn't want to sign new contracts. So yeah, before anything happened, we'd already brought in 43.5 million worth of transfer fundage. So yeah, we had a bit of a job rebuilding. So just give you an update on the staff. Staff is pretty much maxed out on coaching and recruitment. Medical staff isn't the top, but we're still up there. Still can't complain with that. Competition expectations. So as I said, Jupiter Pro is it's a total challenge, basically finishing the top 2 places. That European Cup is just a pre-season tournament that I've got. I think I've got FC Porto, Dortmund and Spurs coming to town, just like last season. But it was Valencia, not Porto last year. Champions League, we enter in the playoff. Just want us to reach the group stage, and the Croquis Cup, the Becker van Belge, went to the 6th round of that, reached the final is the minimum. And then you've got the Belgian Super Cup, which is not important. So here's a look at the pre-season friendlies and the Belgian Cup. Belgian Cup won, beat out Antwerp 1-0. So finally another piece of silverware for the old cabinet. And yeah, good pre-season overall. Didn't win the European Cup pre-season tournament. We had, I think it was Spurs. Spurs won it in the end. Let's move forward a little bit and have a little look. Champions League. Now, last season, obviously, we got very lucky with the Champions League draw. It was a very kind one. This year, yeah, it's the group of death. There's no way around that. I would not be expecting to get anywhere in that at all. Nope, just not happening, is it? Yeah, let's just move on. So here we are. Here's the transfers. I do feel like I did quite a bit of decent business. I brought £80 million worth of talent in and out, and brought 56 million in. Now I kind of feel like I've done Birmingham a bit of the dirty. They had an offer due to contract. He was unhappy at the club, and yeah, I picked him up on a free. So I think I paid 100 grand's worth in compensation, and yeah, it was a no-brainer signing him. Done the business in signing Giovanni Reina as well. Brought him in on loan from Dortmund. Eddie, good old Eddie. I've had him in a couple of saves in the past, and he's always done the goods. So yeah, I brought him in on loan. It doesn't appear there, but we did keep Rian Brewster. We've managed to extend his loan for another 12 months. So I've got the top goal scorer from last year still sticking around. Yes, just a quick look at those outbounds. So obviously I mentioned Yari and Jeremy going. But we also got rid of Jonathan. As I told you, I weren't paying the full price for him last year. He's not going to hit all the add-ons and whatnot now, so yeah, I brought in 24 million for him. Nathaniel Klein, signed him on a free the year before. He didn't really play much in the end. To be fair, I got a really good youngster coming through. So, yeah, it was get as much money as we could for him, and I managed to get 5 mil. Kemar Roof went. Zachary Buchanan again. These guys just didn't play, so it was just let's get them out the door. Let's get them off the wage budget. Yeah, so here we are in January, and yeah, going well. Genk top of the league again. They're top of the league every year at halfway stage. They're at top of the league there every year. As you can see, Ryan Brewster still smashing in the goals. 20 goals already this season at this halfway stage. The reason I jumped in just before the 1st of January is because I wanted to have a look and show you guys this. Now, bear in mind, we won the league last year. Third in Manager of the Year. When my goalkeeper claimed Goalkeeper of the Year, and my striker claimed Young Player of the Year, and I get 3rd in Manager of the Year. I was outbeaten by Philip Clement, and Bruges didn't even win the league. They didn't win the cup. What's that about? Yeah, so quick look at the finances. As you can see, they have come down quite a bit. Transfer budget's dropped a bit as well. Yeah, it's looking like quite a successful financial rescue. I did say it was always going to be the easier one. Little look at the Champions League results, and as expected, we got absolutely spanked. Yeah, it was annoying because the first game against Leipzig where we lost 1-0, we were probably the better team. And they just nicked it 1-0. Inter Milan, we went there, got absolutely played off the park, and they couldn't find the net. Atletico Madrid completely annihilated us again. I don't even think we had a shot on target in that game. At home to Atletico, nicked it. I'm sure we only had 2 shots on target in that game as well. Unfortunately, we put both of them in. And then the last 2 games, to be fair, because I already knew that there was no way of us getting it, I mixed it around and played a few of the youngsters to give them a bit of game time. Here's the schedule for the first half of the season. A lot more greens, still a few yellows, and unfortunately a few reds in there, but it's better than what it has been in the last few seasons. Jumping in now, right at the end of the season, I just want to stop from showing you where we finished in the league. But as you can see, Ryan Brewster finished top goal scorer, 24 goals. The reason he only added the extra 4 is because he got injured and was ruled out, which was annoying. But look at Judy boy. Absolutely bossed it. Best player by a mile. An absolute mile. Just down there, look at the team stats. We're first in goals scored, first in goals conceded. We're first in yellow cards, but we got no red cards this season, so that's a bonus. Average attendance 21,382. I think it was 282. Right, so let's move on. Let's have a little look at the league table. Boom, there you go. Top of the league, finished it by 2 points, and yeah, I actually thought I was gonna bottle it because we'd moved quite a way away from Genk, but yeah, we kind of started drawing games, and they clawed it back. Yeah, we'll have a little look at the schedule in a sec, but let's just have a little look at the average ratings. And as I said, look at Judy boy, an absolute steal, getting him for 100 grand. He was definitely the best bit of business I think I've done in the summer. But yeah, Giovanni as well, Rainer, he's up there. So yeah, very pleased. As you can see, there's a lot of youngsters there, a lot of youngsters doing the business, and I generally think this club has got a golden future ahead of them. Yeah, I'm really pleased with that. Show you the league again. Yeah. Okay, so there's the running. And see what I mean about the draws and the defeat last 4 games of the season. I really thought we'd bottled it. I was positive we bottled it. Absolutely positive. If you just have a little nose down the bottom, you'll see we actually got to the semi-finals of the Croaky Cup this time, and knocked out by Genk, and they scored 3 goals at their place in the first leg in the first 10 minutes, and there was just no coming back from that, which was really annoying. But hey, it is what it is. We got the league title, which is the main thing. Yeah, and just a quick look at the finances before we wrap up today's episode. 80 million in the bank, decent transfer budget. Yeah, you can't complain, really, can you? Can't complain. The club's actually making profit, as you can see there. It says this season we've made 64 million. Last season we made 15. So that this season profit is a little bit of a weird transfer dealings. There's two or three players that have now moved on for big money as well. But to be fair, as we're not gonna go into a full season, as it stands, we won't go into that. But yeah, that's it. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I've enjoyed making my first little series. We will look at another team next. I'm thinking of Botafogo over in Brazil. They are 139 million in debt, so I'm very, very keen to see if I can do that one. I think I'll definitely be moneyballing that one and trying to, get that debt down really quickly, because there's not much money in Brazil. Not much money. The way you make money in Brazil is very much a case of selling your players for a couple of million to European sides, but making sure that you whack in, 40% sell-on clauses. I think that's the only way any Brazilian or Argentinian team make any money. So yeah, I'm thinking of that one next. But yeah, so keep an eye out. If you have enjoyed this little mini series, don't forget to click the like and subscribe button. It would mean a lot to me. And like I said, if I carry on enjoying it, hopefully the content, the way I put it together, will get better. I'll whack on a camera so you can see my ugly mug. And yeah, again, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you very soon.